Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Tonight, the 10th of April 2015, Friday. This is John Faraclas from allaboutshipping.co.uk with the latest on the markets, the indexes, and of course the geopolitics affecting the shipping markets and in general the world economy. The BDI was stable for 3 days. From Wednesday, the 8th, it's stuck at 580, and this is of course minus 8 points. This last week's, which was Thursday, if you recall. We have an 8 days a week, like the Beatles say in the past with a famous song. On Thursday, the 2nd of April, they closed at 588. The capers and the respective BCI was 5+ points at 466, which is overall 12 points up since last week's 454. The Panamaxes, they reached the 600 barrier, up 9 points, but also 11 points up since last week's 589. The BSI, minus 4 points since yesterday, minus 23 points since last week's 636. The BHSI at 373, down 6 and down 16 from last week's 389. The West, mixed feelings here. The BDTI was up 7 points at 771, which is overall 33 points down since last Thursday's 2nd of April, the last published reporting at 804. The CLIMS, the respective BCTI index, up 15 at 678. But that's up 15 points, as I said, plus only 3 points since last week's 675. So here, as we say, we have a very strange market. We maintain the view that this is still a market even for startups and for wealthy, listed or unlisted companies to get in the game. Shipping is everything. Life comes from ships, from the sea, and that's it. The geopolitics. Wait for surprising events. These will affect tremendously our trade. Ukraine, you will read in the written report, whatever we predicted, it comes out. And, importantly, Germany recalls back 100 tanks. Putin is flexing his muscles, and of course, we shall see where this will end up. The Greek Prime Minister's visit in Moscow, so what? I mean, this is ridiculous to challenge a situation where nothing happens. May I remind the world that during the Cold War, during the 7 years of the Greek colonials, there were the Russian teams in Greece, the Soviet teams, if you like it better, extracting peat, tyrfis in Greek, Kavala, Thassos, and many other areas. Did the late President Nixon went to war over these invitees in Greece to look after mining? Come on, let's face it. We know where the red lines stop with NATO, and the same Mr. Putin knows exactly where he has to stop. He hasn't mentioned anything whatsoever, by the way. The Eurozone, led by Germany, we have to say this, and all the countries that they are amalgamated with Germany one way or another, they should be really careful of how they tackle the Greek issue. Equally, on the other hand, the current Greek government should be very careful with the way they negotiate and the way they put forward things. It is proper, I believe, and I support this, that they have asked from 2009 to date the Prime Ministers and responsible Ministers of Finance to be examined of these deals and these memoranda with the Troika. Countering on this, the leader of the Greek opposition, Mr. Samaras, asked since 1981. I will also ask from 1974, if you don't mind, and precisely to see from the 25th of January what the current government's negotiation tactics and results and end result will come. We are thinking positively, but at the end of the day, if they fail, they know where is the Keadas cavern or the Acropolis rock, and they can, make a nice drop from there. enough is enough. Other areas of the world, which of course is important to see, is Hillary Clinton is ready to announce her candidacy to run for the presidency of the United States. President Barack Obama shortly will meet another 34, there will be a total 35 leaders in Panama, and everybody's expecting to see another famous handshake between himself and Raul Castro. I think there the masks, the botas must fall down, It is too much hypocrisy. All these years, you know dead well what I mean, it is enough. Other issues which we have to, think well is the Middle East and its periphery, Iran, Iraq, Libya, Syria, Pakistan, Yemen. It is a very complicated issue, and that region, of course, is the area where the passage of a great proportion of ships is going through from Aden to port side to go through the Suez Canal and then to Europe. This is very, very important region. We had the piracy, now we have this ISIS issues in the region there. ISIS must be curbed at all costs. The migrants issue is important and we have to watch it. It is not just the Mediterranean with the Aegean to the forefront, or with the North Central Africa coast to Malta, Lampedusa and other areas, or from Melilla to Spain and other regions. It is the Caribbeans as well. The latest incident, which as far as we know, there are 40 missing humans like you and me, missing, going from Haiti to Turks and Caicos Islands, is a very important issue. This has been a period that the Christianity was celebrating Easter. Last week we have the Catholics and Protestants celebrating Easter worldwide. All together with the Orthodox brothers, they form 1.5 billion on this planet. 400,000 Orthodox Christians celebrate this weekend the Greek Orthodox Easter, as everybody knows this, and we wish that the resurrection of Christ, for those that really believe, resurrects the minds of the politicians for a better world. Otherwise, behind Christianity looms hypocrisy. So let's get our act together. With this, we wish you a nice weekend and all the very best to you with good health. This is John Faraclas from allaboutshipping.co.uk, over and out.